practice, and he realized around here he wasn't going to be able to find a firm or a mentor. That's all they do. So somehow he got in with some really good firm out of Marietta, met one of the guys or something, and they really weren't interested in taking on an associate, but he was kind of just squeezed his way in there. I think he kind of pitched him on the idea of opening a satellite office here that he would man some of the time and help bring in business, and it worked. And they let him in as an associate, and he was only there for probably 2.5 years. Didn't know squat dealing about this kind of cases.
I opened a satellite office in Atlanta Law Firm. That's how I got to come home. When I graduated from law school, I sent letters to every lawyer in Cartersville. I didn't get a single response.
Not one.
And I came up here and I talked to Warren Aiken, Jake Cullins, and Bill Eason, who's all dead now. And they all told me that, I remember Jake Cullins told me, you know, Jake Cullins was a big deal. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He had a statewide law practice. And big case.
It was out of Cartersville?
Yeah.
Wow.
But he told me, he said, you know, we don't have room for any more lawyers. We got 26 now. And so
So he was basically like, you don't even come back here.
I wanted to come back, and there was no door open. And I called Lamar Hill, president of First National Bank. I know you've heard of him. Wound up
Hey, this is Samantha. How are you?
But they had loaned me some money while I was in law school to pay tuition. Agreed.
Okay.
I would pay it back.
All right, thank you.
It wasn't a federal loan, wasn't a student loan, just something they did. So I called him after I graduated and told him that I needed to just get a payment book and start paying. I was working at a trust company, now Truett Bank in the trust department. And he said, I thought you were coming back to Cartersville. And I said, apparently there's no door open. I sent letters and got no responses and talked to the lawyers. Nobody wants to hire us. He said, 30 minutes, I want you to call a number, a name and a number that I'm going to give you. And I waited 30 minutes. I called a guy named Don Gettler. Gettler Jones and Fraser. I had about an 8-man law firm. And he had made friends with Lamar. And Lamar had hired them to represent First National Bank. But their office was in Atlanta. So basically, Lamar called and told them to give me a job.
So they could manage counsel here.
And so I went down that afternoon. I interviewed with Don Gailey, hired me on the spot. He said, Lamar, he told me.
That's the best bank I've ever heard of in my life. Take a load that long. That's smart for business though. I mean, you got to pay it back. So
they moved. You know, I moved back to Cartersville. Making $600.
You tell that guy I told you not to come. They don't want you around here anymore. You tell them to just shove it. Yeah. I will say that there's something cool about court lawyers. So I went to law school with Sutton College, which is a different education. We came from different friends, and he's Bobby Lee Cook's grandson. So when I moved my practice back up here, or I started my practice up here, I'd call him up there next season. So I'd call him up and be like, hey, I'm having a slow day, which basically was every day. I'm gonna grab lunch. I wrapped some there, and the first time I went there, Bobby Lee took us out, and he goes, where you practicing at? I said, Cartersville. He goes, the best lawyer I've ever seen in the courtroom. Practicing in Cartersville. I always kind of heard that was you. And, no, not me. I said, who is it? He said, David Bond. This is the best lawyer in state of Georgia. I was like, really?
That was the first
thing.
And that's how that's kind of how I got to be real close to Bobby Lee.
So he called David and told him that I was coming back. I wasn't that busy that afternoon. If he wasn't, he wanted to come by and meet him. So I did.
They were good.
Yeah, I heard it was.
I tried to look at it when I was doing criminal work. And and then when he decided he didn't want to be district attorney anymore, he decided he was going to run for Superior Court. And he taught me to run as district attorney. went up and had dinner with Bobby Lee.
I think he's talked
When was
to you.
this?
Not met you, he's talked to you.
When? 75.
Who y'all, so basically you had an open seat if you was to leave and go to try to be judge, right?
And so we wanna
You can go.
have dinner with Bobby Lee up on the mountain where he's got the and they, Bobby Lee said, no. Neither one of them need to do that. What y'all need to do is form a partnership, practice all together. And I can send you cases. I can, you'll make that money, you'll have to make that money.
Yeah, one relocation.
He said,
Yeah, that's it.
well, he was sending me cases before I even went in with, he sent me a complaint. Filing.
We got 1 minute.
Seven? No, but he sent me one to file. Before and after the file, he said, he sent me that.
That's awesome.
He did it time.
Where does those lawyers have to be right now?
He's the one that got me from doing litigation instead of going to work. He was my mentor.
Yeah, he is. He told me, he mentioned you as well.
He was.
He mentioned
Yeah.
two best lawyers, Dave, two best lawyers.
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Yours are
Good evening, everyone. The city council meeting, April the 7th, 2022 will now come to order. We will open up with the invocation.
Please join me in prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Join in the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, roll call.
Carrie Hodge, Ward 1.
both of y'all actually.
Jay Step, Ward 2.
He said you were the best. County, he said you were the.
Carrie Rock, Ward 3.
Here.
Gary Fox, Ward 5.
Here.
And Taffrin, Ward 6.
Oh, here.
I'll tell you some more stuff.
Hello?
Hey, we can hear
Who's
you.
that?
Oh, I never heard my name, so I'm here, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You have had the minutes of the last council session. Are there any discussion? If there is no discussion, can I get a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
No, turn.
Definitely 7 o'clock somewhere where he is.
Item number 2 on the agenda is the public hearing and the second reading of an ordinance, charter amendment number 01-22.
Yeah, under federal law, all municipalities are required to redraw ward boundaries after each census. We got the state of Georgia has an office that does that in coordination with the federal government, and they have redrawn the ward boundaries. You see it on the screen up there. And we are required by our charter to amend the charter to reflect those new boundaries. And we're required to have 2 hearings before we adopt the amendment to the charter. And you had your first hearing in the last meeting, and this will be the second hearing. So I guess we should open the hearing now and see if anyone's here for or against.
Yes, at this time. Seeing that there is none, we'll want to combine the next item.
Yeah, the next item is related in that we have an ordinance that, with regards to elections, that references existing boundaries, and that ordinance needs to be changed. You have a copy of the ordinance in your package, and that needs to be changed to reflect these new boundaries for the various wards.
At this time, the floor is open for discussion for our guests. And see if there is none, we can't vote on these two.
Yeah, you can, as long as the motion references both items, it can be combined.
Make a motion to approve the charter amendment number 01-22 and the election section 8-5 ward boundaries.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
And that does reflect that the mayor pro tem voted, so you'd have to have,
Yes.
oh, I want to make sure she got it.
Can you turn?
I think we lost him.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. The mayor pro tem can vote.
Okay.
That's fine.
Moving along, these are first readings of the canvasser, solicitor, and peddlers ordinance.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, this ordinance is basically just renaming Article 5 from peddlers only to canvassers, solicitors, and peddlers. It was kind of a state law made adjustment in canvassers, so we're making that same change in our ordinance here. It's the first reading, no action required this evening.
And also, further discussion on this section of the, then I will go to number 5.
Yes, this is in relation to that first one, essentially just combining the registration fees that's required into one Article 5 section. Again, this is a consolidation of those into one. It's just a first reading ordinance for that.
Once again, as stated, this is the first reading. Is there any discussion for or against? If not, we will table these until the next regular meeting, so we have the final discussion and vote. Now we move down to contracts and agreement.
This is the right-of-way deed of dedication for Jackson Farm, Phase 1. They have basically, if you recall a couple months ago, we approved a development agreement. They've worked through all those steps in that process, are now are ready to do this right-of-way deed of dedication. It's a standard agreement we do with developers, and it's recommended for your approval.
Do we have any discussion? Seeing there is none, can I get a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Item number 7, advanced metering instruction. Mr. Morgan.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor Pro Tem and Council, this is a request for approval of Task Order 1.4 with UMS to move forward with the installation of the installation field management, work order management, and electronic mass meter exchange data for the installations. We're requesting your approval of this task order to move forward in those steps.
Discussions. Seeing there is none, can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Item number 8, water line relocations.
Mayor Pro Tem, Council. This involves a commercial subdivision or development that was constructed off of Apex Drive. There was a bump out originally constructed for a future roadway extension, and the water line has a jog in it to go around that. The current property owners, CCTM, have expressed that they have no intention of extending that roadway, and they would like to quit claim the road right-of-way. In order to do that, they've agreed to relocate the water line so that it'll be in the normal road right-of-way, and they've agreed to do that at their expense.
Do we have any discussion on the relocation of the water line?
Motion to approve.
Seeing there is none, there's a motion on the floor.
Sorry.
Mr. Stain,
Yeah, motion to approve.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. The next item is Sludge pumps, transfer and rebuild.
Yeah, this is for a pump we use at the water pollution control plant. It's a sludge transfer pump. We received quotes from three, we solicited quotes from 3 vendors for rebuilding the pumps. The low bid was Southern Valve and Pump with a bid of $12,236. We recommend acceptance of this bid and award to Southern Valve and Pump with a not to exceed amount of $15,000 just to handle any contingencies that may come up.
Any discussion? Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 10. That's you, Michael.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. The gas system is requesting the purchase of 4,800 feet of 4-inch polyethylene pipe for the Transwestern Industrial Development on Peoples Valley Road. This is part of an extension agreement associated with this project that was previously approved by Council. 3 bids were requested, but only 2 were submitted. Consolidated Pipe and Supply of Lawrenceville, Georgia, submitted the lowest bid of $20,640. This is a budget item, and Council's approval to accept this bid is recommended.
Thank you. Any discussion, Mr. Gaines? Seeing there is none, can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Item number 11. Derek Hampton-Stead, we have Freddie Morgan.
Yes, sir. This is a request to purchase a 300 kVA and a 500 kVA transformer. Due to the supply chain issues, we're requesting that the highest, I say highest bid, the best bid that we have has a shorter lead time and is really needed for our processes. So we're requesting this. This is a budgeted cost. The other bids that we did receive, some were lower on the total cost of ownership, but the lead times were up to 86 weeks. So this is a need going forward, and we're requesting approval for these.
Any discussion on this item? Earlier? If not,
Motion to approve.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Freddie. Item number 12, travel insurance.
Yes, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, this is an annual fiduciary coverage. We have a policy renewal at this point in time of year. The current provider basically is getting out of the business, and our local agent shopped the market, found Travelers Insurance had the best quote for renewal. It's going to save us a little over $3,000 from last year's premium. Recommend approval of this premium policy for $11,671.
Discussions. Seeing that here none, can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Last item.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem. This is the Bartow County African American Heritage Coordinator position that was funded last year for the first time. $8,000 from the city, $8,000 from the county, $8,000 from Convention Visitor Bureau. I'd like to do the same thing this fiscal year, and I recommend approval using the Tourism Product Development Funds.
Do we have a discussion? Seeing that here's none, can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That clears the agenda for the night. Do we have any closing comments?
Glad to be here.
Well,
Glad you're here.
with that being said, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Hardest time.
Call what I just did, just the hitter right there.